Huh? Tommy?
We're here.
What are you eating?
I've eaten anything called swallow. I'm eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's the taste you could feel.
Tommy, you can't feel taste.
Or can you?
No, you can't.
Simon!
Oh my goodness, games!
Hanako's on our screen!
Hanako is on the screen!
Why do you have
Hello!
to repeat what I say?
Because it's fun. I mean, you yelled it out. It must be really fun to say, isn't it? Get your cane off my head.
It's the shillelagh!
It's Shillelagh Melee. Hello, folks. Welcome. Hey, we're back. Katawa Shoujo's back. And as you know, last time we played, we got Hanako's route, which we can now tell from this.
Apparently, like,
So the more routes you finish, Tommy, the more paper shows up. The more of these little dibble-dabbles.
Hey, someone who commented on our previous video, he says we're in for a lot of heartaches. What did he say when you said we're actually doing?
Here, let's see. Hold on. Let me pull up his name. Just so he can get called out by name. And then it could be all like, oh my god! The cool guys! His name is, hold on. Shoot, come on, Twitter. You stupid thing.
He's looking on Twitter. Stop repeating what I say!
His name is Josh O'Biron. Here he is.
Please stop snapping!
His name is Josh O'Biron. That's the name of the guy who said this.
Alright, what did he say?
He just said, Alright. He said, I hope you like crying like a baby. This game is going to mess you both up. Here's the tweet. And we responded with, here's our tweet. We got Hanako's spoilers. We got Hanako's route. Ryan is a Katawa Shoujo expert. He knows what's coming. And he responded with, oh god, heart breaks early. Thank you, Josh O'Biron, for being a fan. The social media. Should we start?
Yeah, sure.
Should we?
Go. Michael Jackson.
Like Mike. I'll be like Mike, cause I got his sneakers. That movie was stupid.
I never watched it.
This is okay. It was okay. You keep confusing.
Hey, you're talking to someone who's actually.
You keep confusing me with the movie
Part
Holes.
3 of what's that movie we watched? About the future?
Back to the Future.
Part 3. I watched that for the first time. It was cool.
Yeah, Tommy finally watched Back to 3. He's seen all 3 movies. Who knows? Maybe
Doc Brown marries somebody and has sex and has kids with someone who's old enough to be
Jules
his
and
ancestor.
Vern.
Old enough to be her ancestor. You had kids with her, dude. Ah!
Well, she was supposed to be dead anyway. So.
Okay, yeah, so that's okay. I ain't gonna screw
Alright, ready? Okay. Let's get back into this. Now we know who we're going with. So, if I remember correctly, we're going to go shopping with Hanako. Because Lily asked us to do that, right? Alright. My alarm blares into my ears, only to be swiftly silenced by my fists. So, once again, to repeat, we have Hanako's route. We're on Hanako's route.
Yay!
My body switches into auto mode, carrying my subconscious self out of bed and into my uniform.
Terminator? Auto mode activated.
A Katawa-nator?
Oh, damn no!
As always, my bottles of pills sit on my desk patiently, waiting for me to take them and pick them out of my daily doses of medicine. 17 pills a day. Wow! 17 pills! Before I know it, I'm opening the door to class 3-3. Glad to see I'm not the only one who seems to be a little hungover from festival week. Every face in the classroom looks gaunt, with the festival now over.
Wait, they had alcohol there?
What? No.
Hungover, he said.
Yeah, hungover is like just being tired or like
hungover is the aftermath of drinking.
Yeah, it also could be if you've done something kind of big and crazy, like a party. Like if you're really tired after a party, you're hungover from the party.
I never heard that before in my life.
It applies in the same way.
Okay, anywho.
You're exhausted.
You be the judge, ladies and gentlemen. Is he right? Is Ryan right?
He just used it in that context right now.
But he never said if anybody was drinking or not.
No one was, but
okay.
Everyone's hungover from the festival.
What do you do at a festival? You could drink at the festival. There's probably alcohol.
And you could get tired, and everyone's been preparing. Everyone's been tired. Why are you stuck on this?
Because I'm just...
Remember, this guy uses the word divorced. I feel divorced from the situation.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That makes that's.
This guy knows English. He's got real advanced English for a Japanese kid. Probably because of all the reading he does.
Or this game was
nerd
by American.
Yeah, that too. Oh my god! I can't believe you've been stuck on that. Every face in classroom looks gaunt. With the festival now over, it's as if everyone's life's dreams have been achieved.
What's gaunt, man?
I have no idea. It sounded like the right word to use in that situation, though. Okay. With nothing left to live for, the students have relied on instincts alone to guide them to class. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it.
Yeah, you're reading.
I think we've established that Hisao is not very good at that. I slowly make my way to my seat. It's only that I realize why the room is so peaceful. The seats beside mine are blissfully empty. The world's loudest interpreter for the deaf has yet to arrive. Oh!
Oh, man.
Whoa! Hisao! Jinx. Just as I'm about to sit down, the door flies open, revealing a resplendent Misha. Resplendent, I guess that means she's refreshed. Yeah. Drills bobbing from the dramatic entrance and arms stretched towards the sky. Yoo-hoo! It's all over! It would appear that not everyone is affected by the post-festival depression. The rest of the class glare at her, obviously thinking the same thing I am.
Wait, why would anybody be depressed from that?
Because the festival's over. We worked so hard, now it's gone. It's like Christmas.
I thought they were just tired.
Misha, that too! Just like Christmas!
Okay.
Misha, still frozen in the door with her arms in the air, nervously looks around. It's obvious that she senses the foul mood and can't work out exactly what to do. Suddenly, she jerks forward. Hey! As she stumbles into the classroom, she reveals Shizune, arms still extended from where she shoved Misha. Thanks for the entertainment, but shouldn't you two take your seats? Still slightly embarrassed, Misha takes a few seconds to realize she has to translate.
Oh, yeah. She-chan says she's not happy with you ditching us last week. We were really busy.
Is that so? Well, about the stuff is that so? What about the stuff I already did for you two?
She says that only counts for council members. Since you declined, she doesn't owe you anything.
Misha leans closer and whispers conspiratorically in my ear.
Actually, I think she's a little sore that you didn't spend the day with her. She's really thankful for your work last week, though.
Sensing that she is being talked about, Shizune lightly wraps her finger on her desk until Misha turns around to face her. I can't understand any of the fast-paced signing that's going on, but from Suzune's slightly embarrassed expression and Misha's poorly contained laughter, I can guess. While this exchange is happening, the door opens once again, but this time at a much more reasonable pace. I know, yeah, I knew you'd be here. I was on to you. You think I wouldn't notice you? Huh? You? XYZ! Hanako gently...
Examine your Hanako?
Hanako quietly enters the room and pulls the door closed behind her. Peering out from under her hair, she quickly scans the classroom. Her eyes meet, and she suddenly stiffens. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and then walks over to my desk. Good morning, Hiso. Good morning, Hanako.
She approached us!
You're a little late, aren't you? I was talking to Lily about today. So you got her list then? We can leave straight after class in that case. Sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Got her what?
What?
List?
List. Grocery list. What we gotta buy?
Oh.
Go shopping!
Oh, okay.
Get some feminine products!
I don't care, let's just keep going.
Hanako briefly flashes her embarrassed smile at me and then hurries off to her seat. During class, it becomes apparent that it's not only the students that are a little despondent after the festival. Oh yeah, Mudo! Mudo simply gives us a list of exercises from the textbook and sits behind his desk. I totally forget about that brief lunch period for a moment. Such is the banality of the day. It's mind-numbing, and everyone seems surprised when the bells signal the end of the lessons. As I'm packing up my bag, Shizune and Misha flank and entrap me.
Say, Hee-chan, it's not too late to join up. There's a lot of post-festival paperwork for us to complete.
Sorry, Misha. I got plans. As if sensing the cue, Hanako appears behind me, holding a small bag, and trying to avoid eye contact with the outside world. Misha's eyes open wide, and then burst into laughter.
You move fast, don't you, Hee-chan? We won't disturb your date any further.
Behind the roaring Misha, I see Suzune taking far too little interest in the scene. I might be taking this the wrong way, but I think she's deliberately ignoring me. Too close. I feel a gentle tug on my shirt and turn to see Hanako's eyes fixed firmly on the floor.
Let's...
Gotcha. Shizune and Misha... Suzune, Misha, I'll see you later. And
she talked to us.
And I'm not interested in the council.
Spoil sport.
Misha and Suzune retreat into the hallway, happily signing to each other. Got all your stuff? Let's head off. Floods of students pour out of the school gates and into the road into town. It's a little weird. It's almost a scene from any other high school, but the illusion fades because of the occasional wheelchair or missing limb. My gosh, this guy. One thing I do notice is that nobody's alone. And as Hanako and I pass through the gates, I notice that she closes the distance between us. Not enough to be considered close, but she certainly isn't at her usual just a little far position. I guess we're not familiar enough for her to get as close as she does with Lily. However, even though she's moved a little closer to me physically, mentally she seems to have traveled a mile. Her hands clutched around the leather straps of her bag to the point of whitening her knuckles, her head down, and her mouth pursed close. God. She almost looks like she's being walked to the principal's office for the first time. I try to stifle a giggle at the thought, but it's futile.
What's the matter?
I guess there's no point in hiding it. Sorry. For a second there, it looked like you were getting in trouble.
What do you mean?
I think you need to relax a little. We're not going too far, and it's only students around, right?
Right.
It bothers me a little to see Hanako so worked up. I hope I'm not speaking too lightly that the microphone can't hear me. Huh? Are you wobbling overtime, microphone? Do you all hear that, folks?
Imagine if you checked, my microphone's not working.
Yeah, no, I just did. It's fine.
No.
And you do this every week, don't you?
Yes, with Lily.
Of course, with Lily. Wonder if she's ever left the school without her. Doesn't seem like much at first glance, but Hanako's dependence on Lily is absurdly heavy. If she can't even handle leaving the school without her, how would she have managed to survive if the two of us had never met? Wait, two of them or two of us? Survive if the two had never met, so if her and Lily. Would she have found someone else to latch on to? And what drew her to Lily? Was it the lack of eyesight, or was Lily just kind enough to lend a hand? I wonder if anyone would have fit the bill. Well, I'm here. Besides, we're not going far. It'll be over before you know it. Hanako's knuckles slowly regain their color as she tries to hide a small smile. Yeah, which she's terrible at hiding! There it is! Zoom in on it! Frame it! Yeah! Remember it. But the effort of that seems to prevent further conversation. We travel side by side down the winding road towards the town. The crowd of students thins as we continue along the sidewalk. Faster students rush ahead, and the less mobile ones fall behind, rarefying the crowd to nothingness. Hey, it's the 7-Eleven! Yeah, we're back here! By the time we reach
It doesn't say 7-Eleven on the front there.
Come on, look at the colors. That's 7-Eleven.
But it doesn't say it.
But
is that because of copyright, or is that just...
They probably got rid of it, but that's 7-Eleven's colors. It's actually called Aura Mart. Right here. It says it right here. Aura Mart. I'm certain that's modified, because I'm certain that's 7-Eleven's colors.
Do they have the ore there?
No. They probably replaced...
Do they sell ores?
Aura Mart.
Oh, they sell.
That's the name of one of the writers for. That's the name of the writer for Rinzroot.
They sell that. Who's that Pokemon?
What?
Who's that Pokemon? The blue Pokemon. The dog-looking Pokemon.
The doll-looking Pokemon.
Dog-looking Pokemon.
Dog Pokemon that is blue. Lucario?
Yeah, they sell Lucarios there. The Aura.
You mean like the
Aura.
oh dang!
I was trying to look at Joe. What do you have that I don't?
Here's my Lucario amiibo!
Ow!
Take it!
Actually hurt.
Take my Lucario amiibo!
I'm not a furry!
He cost me $30! No.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't. Dude!
Oh,
You're lucky he's not rare anymore!
Wait, what?
You're lucky he's not rare anymore. You could probably go to Toys R Us and buy one. Alright. By the time you reach the convenience store, we're practically alone. You're practically alone. We're clearly enjoying ourselves, though. Using me as a shield between herself and the attendant, Hanako moves through the narrow aisles, adding an assortment of items to her basket. Bread, milk, tea, thyme? What kind of convenience store sells herbs? Is that what that is?
Herbs?
And again, nothing about this town seems normal.
Don't tell me you never knew what herbs meant.
No, I know herbs, but I never knew
herbs.
there's a...
Wait, what's herbs?
Thyme. Thyme.
Thyme?
Which I guess is a type of herb.
You mean herbs?
Whatever, that's what it is.
I don't know.
He's weirded out that a 7-Eleven is giving herbs. Herbs.
Stop saying herbs!
You're a herb.
Why's your head shaped like a herb?
Then again,
Or-
nothing about this town seems normal.
Stop it.
Which may not be such a bad thing in retrospect.
Retrospect?
Everything is so different and uncomfortable. Dwelling on such matters
What's
really...
retrospect mean?
Retrospect? Look back. A look back. Retrospect. Constantly looking back at everything.
What's retrofit mean?
I have no idea.
I know what it means.
It means 70s workout video. Everything is so different and comfortable. Dwelling in such
workout video.
When I think
This
about
day and age, 90s.
when I think about that, it reminds me of Hanako.
Maybe early 2000s.
No matter how much you try, you can't escape her. No matter how much you try, he's monologuing. Let's listen to his
Stop
monologue.
ignoring me.
Okay. It's not. What's a retro? Whatever.
Okay, let's just read on.
Okay. No matter how much you try, you can't escape her scars. They still interrupt my train of thought when I see them. As much as I don't want to admit it to myself, I think I'm forcing myself to try to ignore them. Not that I'm scar-free myself. The jagged line down my sternum will never completely fade away. Remember, he got heart surgery, so he's got markings too. Remember that, Tommy. Remember that.
Jeez, man.
I just have the luxury of being able to hide it easily. But in a way, both of our scars remind me that we're all in this place for a reason. Oh, Hanako throws one last item into her basket, then sheepishly holds it out to me. along with a few banknotes. Could you please? Takes me a second to understand what she's trying to say. Oh, you want me to pay for this? She nods but doesn't look up. I guess this task falls to Lily in the usual occasions. Sure, let me just grab a couple things. Hastily, I grab a few essential.
Wait, she doesn't pay for her own groceries?
Well, maybe she doesn't know how. Hastily, I grab a few essential items for myself and head for the...
Oh, I get, because she doesn't want to face the clerk, so she gives him the money.
I guess so. I head for the counter with Hanako close in tow. The attendant gives me an indifferent nod as he scans in the items. I suppose just ignoring us is one way to deal with the anomalies of Yamaku. They must get a lot of students here, being the closest store to the school. The staff must all have their own way of dealing with us. Or maybe they don't. Maybe it's only me who thinks twice about my unique schoolmates. Yes! Yes, you really are, man! Our transaction complete, Hanako and I head back into the street. Hey, that rhymed. The road is pretty much abandoned now. The students that were heading out have already left, and nobody has started returning just yet. And with only the school ahead on the road, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. The emptiness certainly reflects on Hanako. Her arms by her side, each carrying a bag, her head no longer bowed and back to the upright position. It's almost as if she were enjoying this walk. So why are all these weird things? What? Okay, hold on. Why? Alright, so why all these weird things? Mixed spice? Why would you need that in school? I sometimes like to make food. Well, yeah, so do I, but spices? That's a little more advanced, don't you think? Not really. Well, I think it's cool. You'll have to teach me one day. Sure. She doesn't seem all that sure, but pushing the point doesn't... Alright, she doesn't seem all that sure, but pushing the point doesn't seem all that wise. At the very least, she seems a great deal happier than she did on the walk down here. That alone makes me a little happier. Outside the girls' dorm, Hanako and I sort out the grocery bags with our respective purchases. In comparison, my things look positively plain. I tell you, you're putting me to shame here. No, I'm not. I'm only joking.
Wait, I don't get it.
He's putting me to shame because she bought all tons of unique things, and he just bought stuff he needed.
Oh.
I have a stack of homework that I skipped last week, so I must leave now. Will you be all right? Will you be all right getting that to your room? Yeah. Sure. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. We part ways, and I return to my room. Piles of papers sit upon my desk, begging to be completed. In the entire ruckus of the last week, I barely had any time to catch up. I tried to keep up with my studies while I was in the hospital, but some of this stuff I've never seen before, even back in my old school. Totally unprepared, I pop the top of a can of drink and get to work.
Can of drink.
Day's already done? Hey, Tommy.
What?
Have you ever noticed that? Okay, never mind.
What? Tell me.
Alright, there's a happy face in the logo.
There is?
And, one of the Japanese... Alright. I'll show you later, but... Here, where is it? Oh, okay, here. Look here. Here's the Japanese symbols that can translate to Katawa Shoujo.
Yeah.
Look at this one. It's a little...
Oh. Is that an actual thing?
No, it just happens to look like that. That's my favorite. The days are... Alright. I think we could go for a little bit longer.
Yay!
The days are really starting to heat up. This morning, I woke covered in sweat. Also, are you hot, Tommy?
No.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Well, you're also wearing. You also have the winter blanket on. So I'm surprised. This morning, I woke covered in sweat. By the time the student body starts leaving their dorms for breakfast and morning duties, the sun has taken full effect. Oddly, that puts me in high spirits. It's not even 8, yet I feel this day is going to be one of those pleasant, tranquil, warm ones. Why did you brush off the sweat? If it weren't for a school that considered every absence from class a sign of a life-threatening situation, I'd consider skipping the whole day. I'd just consider skipping the whole day and just relaxing in the school gardens. Yes. Today will be a generally lazy day. For a second, I stopped in mid-stretch.
Lazy day, baby, you and me and the honey.
For a second,
For
a second, I stopped mid-stretch, considering the nurse's warning about exercise. Maybe I should have kept up with those morning jogs. Running with someone like Emmy might have been a little testing, but if I worked at my own pace...
Twilight game.
Who am I kidding? I couldn't stick to something like that I couldn't stick to something like that without some kind of motivation. It's not like I sit around all day. The walk to and from the convenience store counts as exercise, right? Especially the walk back up the hill. Yeah, it's no big deal. Compared to months laying in a hospital bed, I'm getting plenty of exercise. Seems I'm not alone in my appreciation of the day. Nearly every member of the class is glancing through the window and into the tantalizing sky. Even the steadfast Izune seems to lack her usual vigor for schoolwork. Misha, as brazen as ever, has even unbuttoned the top buttons of her shirt and is fanning herself with a notebook. I must have been staring, as she's now sticking her tongue out at me. Okay, Misha, as brazen as ever, has...
Who's Misha? The one with the drills?
Yes.
Okay.
Has even unbuttoned the top of buttons of her shirt and is fanning herself with a notebook. I must have been staring, as she is now sticking her tongue out at me. The top buttons of her... She's quite well endowed, too, so, like... he was looking at her boobs by accident. I must... However, she shows no signs of halting her efforts, nor is she trying to hide the fact. The lunch bell seemed to catch everyone by surprise, and the class empties at a much slower pace than usual. The heat seems to be draining the need to rush from everyone. Well, almost everyone.
Hiso?
Hey there, Hanako. What can I do for you today? Well, Hanako already has a lunch bag in hand. I don't have to be a detective to work out where this is going.
Would you like to have lunch with us again? I brought enough for everyone.
Awesome. You didn't have to be so stiff about it, though.
Right.
What's stiff? I don't get it.
Stiff? Like, be very, formal? Like,
I brought you lunch. If you don't like...
You don't have to be so stiff. You can just ask me. You're a friend. Okay? Don't worry about it. I take it we're going to the tea room?
Please? Lily said she'd meet us in there. So we should go ahead together.
Sounds like a plan. This heat's made me pretty hungry. I'll go breathe a sigh of relief, and I gather my things together. As usual, the aura of the tea room is refreshing, feeling isolated from the rest of the world. Oh, man. And then again, the usual din of the school seems to be a bit subdued, most likely from laziness promoted by heat exhaustion. Hanako slowly spreads her food on the table, intently focusing on every little movement, as if she's trying to keep her mind off other thoughts. It's not much, but I can tell from her demeanor that she's prepared everything with utmost care. I guess Lily isn't here yet. Should we start without her?
She'll be here soon.
Hanako struggles with the lid of the container of rice. Here, let me help you with that. I take the container from Hanako's hands and try to force open the lid.
Can you repeat the whole part again?
What part?
Just the whole scene. I was daydreaming.
The whole scene?
Just the part where they go into the kitchen.
Alright.
Sorry.
She's preparing with the utmost care. I guess Lily's in here. Should we start without her? She'll be here soon. Hanako struggles with the lid of the container of rice. Here, let me help you. Try as I might, it seems wedged shut. Let me guess. Did you put this in while the rice was still hot? Yes. I was in a rush. I put the container on the table between us. I thought so. Looks like this is wedged shut. We'll need some hot water to get it open. But that could be a pain in here. We'd get water everywhere. Well, in that case, how about I contribute to today's meal? At the door, Lily smiles while holding up a bag stocked with various buns and bread rolls. I can't help but do the same. Since you two had a change of plans because of me, I thought I would bring a little something. Thanks, Lily. Here, let me get that for you. With a little guidance, Lily's bread assortment joins Hanako's riceless platter. I hastily make some tea to complete the picture. Well, I'm looking forward to this. As I take a bite, I notice Hanako trying her hardest not to look like she's looking at me. It's nothing special, but then again, I can't really complain. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to cooking for myself. Not bad. I guess this is made with the stuff you bought yesterday? Yes. Hanako's eyes shout at me, begging for some kind of feedback. Well, it was clearly worth it. Thanks, Hanako. I wanted to show you this after yesterday. It's okay. I was a little surprised at the stuff you were buying. Hanako's always liked to experiment when it comes to food. I think it's good most of the time. While Lily's smile doesn't waver, the slight change in her tone tells me that things have not gone so well in the past. And it's not like Hanako has many people to sample her cooking. Hang on, was Lily waiting for me to go first? She didn't start eating until after I said it was alright. Her cheeky grin tells me that this was a deliberate action on her part. I'll have to try and work out how to get one over on her in the future to make up for this. So, did you catch that?
Huh? What?
Oh my god! You're looking at the screen! How do you do that? How do you drive your car?
Oh, the car's... Okay, literally... 90% of it... throughout the day, I daydream 90% of the time. 10% is when I'm driving.
Yeah?
Oh, could you read that again?
Alright. Hisao ate Hanako's food. She wanted feedback.
No, I heard that part.
And he said it was good. And Lily said, "Oh, it's usually good most of the time."
I heard that part.
And then Hisao was all like, "Wait, did she have me taste it to test it before she tasted it to see if it was good?"
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. Lily's kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a little priss in a way.
What does priss mean?
A prissy miss.
What does that mean?
Kind of got a little bit of an attitude sometimes.
Oh.
Well, it's good, and that's all that counts, right? Look at the screen, please.
Okay, it's hard for not to daydream. You gotta be. I've been a space cadet ever since I was freaking 2 years old.
Space cadet? Is that what you call it?
Well, that's what one of my bosses said. I'm like space cadet. I daydream all the time.
Lily, satisfied at not being the first to sample Hanako's creation, begins to consume.
Because the real world is boring.
You're not even in the real world. You played a game.
I caught in my own world a lot.
I find myself staring as I watch her chopstick gently touch the plate.
Oh, that's right. They're in Japan.
Their tips delicately poking and tracing to quickly ascertain the positions of the food as she dexterously picks it up.
There's that word again.
One might think she were a child playing with her food if not for the situation, though she does it with such care and thoughtlessness that it's obvious she's simply this is simply how she eats this kind of meal. Dude, she's blind and she can use chopsticks. Stinking awesome. Not wanting to miss out, I start Can you use chopsticks, Tommy?
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. Hanako tries a different approach, waiting until Lily and I have had our hands clear before Cookie snatching up her share. Before long, the containers are empty, save for the still shut rice container.
Thank you, Hanako. That was filling. No, thank you for the bread.
Yes, it would have been disaster if not for that.
You're both welcome. But now, I must be getting back. It's far too easy to be late after eating here.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think we'll just clean up here and then head off.
Well then, good day.
Lily leaves, her cane tapping away down the quiet hallway. Hanako and I quickly pack our things and stay seated waiting for the bell. Hey! I see ya! I see ya looking...
I'm listening!
I see you looking at my interesting teal ceiling.
I look up at the ceiling when I'm not doing it.
Together we stare out the window and into the endless azure sky. Wow! Azure sky! That shade of blue! If it weren't for the pedaling of the bells, I would have sworn that time had stopped. The urge to skip class raises in my gut. I shoot a glance at Hanako, who shows no signs of moving either.
Not just yet.
Not just yet.
She doesn't want to go to class just yet. The interval between the warning bells and the end of the lunch bell passes in the blink of an eye. We really should go. People will freak out and start a search party if we skip. Hanako sighs.
You're right.
Slowly, she raises her feet, and I follow suit. I think the problem is, she thinks people won't search for her. Keep in mind, Hanako apparently had a tendency to skip class a lot. Like, remember, she would leave class? Tommy?
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Silently, we make our way up the old stairs to the 3rd floor, and then to our classroom. At the door, I take point and open the door ahead of Hanako, bowing my head down in apology in advance. I'm sorry we're late, teacher. I'm greeted not by stern words, nor an angered instruction to take my seat, but simply by the silence created by 15 or so students trying not to laugh. Muto, ever tardy, has yet to arrive. However, the fact that Hanako and I have arrived together is blatantly obvious. Make that about 14 students trying and 1 student failing. Trying not to laugh.
What?
The lovers return.
The lovers?
I want to punch you in the face. Yeah, thanks. You can calm down now. I step to the door and realize that Hanako is firmly pressed against my back, hiding herself from the class. With my steps coming closer to my desk, she eventually breaks from me and stiffly walks to her own. Her efforts to mentally block everyone's presence from her mind are written clearly on her face. Quickly checking the door for any signs of the teacher's arrival, I make a trip to Hanako's desk and whisper in her ear. Don't worry about Misha. She's always like this. I enjoyed myself today, so don't sweat it, okay? Hanako nods her head behind her. Hanako nods her head behind her folded arms and still doesn't show her face. Oh shoot, she's hiding her face in embarrassment. I yearn to stay and counsel her more, but Muto picks this exact moment to enter the class, halfway through his lecture, as if he started it in the hallway. Which of course is directly proportional to this charge, but inversely proportionally to the square of the distance. Yeah! He's so engrossed in his speech that he doesn't even notice me sneaking back into my seat from Hanako's desk. While Muto's spiel rambles on, Misha leans over to me.
The teacher may not The teacher may not have noticed your tardiness, but I did.
That much is obvious from the show you just put on.
I have been instructed to let you off the hook for today, but only on one condition.
Oh no.
Oh, and what would that be?
You have to help us this afternoon.
I crane my neck to look over Misha's shoulder. Shizune is conveniently not making eye contact with me. Fine, just for today. I've already told you I'm not joining the council, remember?
Of course. Doing so would be considered...
She looks down at her notebook, obviously looking for her place in their script.
Under duress and hence would be against regulations.
How very strange you would be considerate of the regulations now.
Things should be done by the book. It's just that the book hasn't been written for every situation, so there are times when it can't be ignored.
and yet you two wonder why no one else wants to be in the student council. After poking her tongue at me. Seriously, they should have done a sprite of her sticking her tongue out. That'd have been perfect. That would have been beautiful. Oh, I would have paid money for that. After poking her tongue at me, Misha returns to her workbook, and we battle our way through the latter half of the school day. Time skip! Before I can even stand up, Misha and Suzune place their hands on both my shoulders. Hey, I said I'd help up. Damn!
This is just insurance, Hisao. Insurance! Hisao?
Hanako...
I'm getting attacked by girls!
Hanako,
No.
Man, what an unlucky fellow! Hanako timidly tries to leave the room by circling around us, and I suddenly realize that this may be my one chance to escape. Oh, hey Hanako, what's up?
Hey, what makes you think you've got time to chat?
Oh, relax. This won't take long. Sorry, Hanako. You were saying?
I was going to the library and I thought...
Hanako's thumbs dance around each other and her eyes flirt around the room, looking everywhere but at us.
Sorry, Hanako, but Hisao has to come with us. He's got work to do. Oh, but you can help too if you'd like. So how about it, Hisao?
What do you think, Hanako? I've done enough work for the council already. Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
What do you think?
What do you think, Hanako? I've done enough work for the council already.
What does the second choice mean exactly?
I've done enough work. Like, forget you two! What do you think, Hanako? Done enough work for you two. No, go away. What do you think, Hanako?
Wait, what are the effects if I choose the wrong answer?
I don't remember. I don't remember. This is all on you.
Well, I did promise those two I would help. What do you think, Hanako?
What do you think, Hanako? Okay. What do you say, Hanako? If we all help, it shouldn't take long at all. Hanako's fidgeting answers my question before she can even form the words.
I really need to go.
Oh, that was to be expected. Looks like it's just me and the council girls again. It's easier to resign myself to another afternoon's work in the small council office. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Okay. Right. Now that the farewells are over, it's work time.
Now that the what's over?
The farewells are over. Misha and Suzune frog marched me to the student council office. Never once letting
I
go.
want a hat.
I feel a little bad for ditching Hanako like this, but if this is the price of getting Misha off from her back, then so be it. So then, what are we up to today? You know what? I think I've had my fill. Let's just leave it off at here.
Okay.
We don't need these two taking off this episode too. We'll see you next time. We'll hang out with these two freaks. With these two bumblebees.
I don't think they're freaks.
I thought I saw Lisa Simpson in this window for a second, but it just turned out to be a pointy little thing. I thought I saw Lisa Simpson. I don't know what that had to do with anything. Goodbye, folks. Goodbye, folks. Lisa Simpson.
Hey, wait a minute! You were supposed to be eating the cereal with your feet, you plebe! Freaking done with this channel.